Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV and welcome to this weekend's preview. The big match on Sunday, Newcastle versus Wolves. Not necessarily big in terms of the teams on paper, but it's big for Newcastle because we must get back to winning ways this weekend. We must start scoring some bloody goals. Would be nice, alright? And Wolves as well, you know, they're trying to fight off relegation. They've done well since the new managers came in. So it's not going to be an easy game. It never seems to be that much of an easy game against Wolves, to be honest. It always seems to be close, draws. Now, we drew there at Molineux earlier in the season. St. Maximin, last-minute screamer. What a volley that was. We actually beat them last year. Chris Wood, my old mate Chris Woody, got the goal 1-0. Before that, a couple of 1-1s back-to-back. So it isn't going to be easy, but Newcastle have got to come out there and show that we're back, that we're on the climb now. The cup final's behind we're going to focus on the Premier League now. We've got no choice but to, and get back to winning ways and get back to scoring goals. Before we get into team news, what Eddie said in his press conference and some other news regarding what the club are going to be up to later on this month, this video is brought to you by Circl. Thanks again to Circl for sponsoring this video, and it's a Super Sunday Circl this week against Wolves. You can see it there in the image. Make sure you scan the QR code to get involved in this weekend's Circl. Good crash prize there, cheap entry. What's it to lose out on? Remember, no skill involved in Circl. It's just pure fun, pure luck. So get involved in the Circl. See if you can beat your mates and see if you can beat me. Right then, so some interesting lines coming out of Eddie Howe's press conference this morning. One in particular was all about Alexander Isak. Obviously a lot of questions firing at him from the journalists there this morning because loads of fans, every single time Newcastle United, I put up a post on social media, whether it be about Wilson or Isak or the team or anything or the results or the form, most comments are, need to start Isak. Time to start Isak. Stop playing Wilson, start Isak. So as you can imagine, Eddie was getting all those questions fired at him this morning. And he came out with, Isak isn't ready to play 90 minutes. Alexander Isak cannot play a full 90 minutes, was the mad, glowing admission from Eddie Howe this morning. You know, we know Isak's had injury problems. You know, we know he's been training well lately, is what Eddie Howe's been saying. But then for him to come out and say he can't play a full game yet is mad because he keeps getting setback after setback in training. So he came back from that lengthy spell on the sidelines, what, 3-4 months it was. Comes back, has another niggle. Comes back, trains a full week, gets concussion, misses a week. Comes back a few days, misses a few days. So it's been unlucky for the lad, it's been terrible. But for him to say he can't play a full game, I mean, he looked bright when he came on against City, caused them problems, dangerous. Now, of course, that's only, what, 10, 20, 30 minutes, not 90 minutes. Does that mean that he won't start him, though? Because people are saying, oh, no, that means Wilson's going to start Wilson again this weekend. Because Wilson's in a barren run, and he's admitted them that himself. You know, he says he takes full responsibility for the poor form he's been in. Will that mean that Eddie Howe sticks with Wilson now? He's questioned as well, and he's loyalty towards players in this morning's press conference, Eddie Howe, and he says that's not the case. He says he would never do that. It literally goes on the basis of who's performing the best at the training ground. So, will he play Wilson, start Wilson, or will he start Isak? I mean, after that, it looks like he'd probably start Wilson. But I'm going to say he's going to go against it and start Isak. Eddie likes doing these things in press conferences where he completely goes against what he said. But he never gives anything away. He also said that a couple of other players have got a few knocks. He was asked, could you expand on that? And he said no. So he's not going to tell you who's got knocks, if anyone's got knocks. He always just seems to say that. And he always maybe over-exaggerates things or underestimates things. So sometimes you'll say, oh, Willock's out for a month, and then next week he'll play. Sometimes you'll say Willock's ready and you won't see him for 2 weeks. Not just Willock, those are just examples, you know. What he says, and that's fair enough. Why would you come out in your press conference and go, oh yeah, well he's playing. That means the opposition are going to have a better chance to plan against it. Do you know what I mean? So that wouldn't make sense really. But some managers do. Some managers are a lot more open. Eddie definitely keeps his cards close to his chest more often than not. So I think he'll start Isak. And just because he can't play a full 90 doesn't mean he can't start. You know what I mean? Just play him for 60 minutes, then bring Wilson on. Or 70 minutes, see if he can do that. You know, you've got to start somewhere because how long is it until he can play 90 minutes? The only way to get up to that 90 minutes is get match fitness, get match sharpness, play in matches. So Isak, that's a blow to hear that he can't quite hack 90 minutes yet, but I'd still start him. Because it's knee good, this whole thing. Look at Man City, we're 1-0 down, and then it quickly turns to 2 when the subs are making an impact. If we had a start at Isak, does Isak take one of those chances Wilson has? Do we go 1-0 up? Can we defend that lead at the Etihad? It's too late in games. You can't sit around and wait and just hope it's going to be 0-0 or we're winning the game with 20, 30 minutes to go, then bring him on. For me, I'd start well. Start strong, get into a good position. You know, I would start Isak. He was asked about Bruno. Bruno's fine. And also Fabian Shaw is fine after suffering concussion. Obviously, Jamal Lascelles stepped in last week. Who knows, will he still start again? Because Lascelles played well. He is still club captain, of course. But he says Fabian's played well all week in training. He's ready to go. So you'd probably expect them partnership to reunite in Shaw and Botman. Dan Burn has been a lot of talk. Actually, wasn't asked about that, to be honest. He wasn't asked about Matty targeting his presser, who was on the bench last week against City. He wasn't asked, will he start? Because a lot of people are calling out for Burn to be rested, myself included. I think Burn has looked knackered the last couple of weeks. Understandably so. You know, he's played his heart out. He's played out of position, if you like. You know, he said himself he prefers to be centre-back. So I would play Matty Target. But then again, I'm not at the training ground. I don't know if he's fit enough. So, but if he is, I would start Target, definitely. And then the big dilemma this weekend isn't just Isak or Wilson. It's what do we do with the midfield? Because obviously Joe Linton is now suspended for 2 games. Joe Linton misses the next 2 matches, Wolves and Nottingham Forest, before the international break, after his 10th yellow card that he picked up with the season against Man City last week. So, I don't know, are we going to go with Longstaff, Bruno, Willock? Are we going to mix things up? Will Anderson get his chance like he did against Liverpool? Will he switch formations? Will Gordon and Maxi start? Who knows? It's up for debate. You know what I mean? We don't know. But I would love to see that attacking intent this weekend. I would love to see Gordon start, Isak start, Maxi start. Because Almiron is another one. Miguel Almiron has looked tired as well. His purple patch is long gone. You know, but I'm not blaming him. He did amazing. I think he just needs a rest. He works so hard from minute 1 to minute 90. I think he deserves a rest. He's got to be rested. So I would rest Almiron and see what happens up there. But we've got to go for this game. We've got to start scoring goals. You know, I'll be devastated if we leave St James Park on Sunday and it's a 0-0, or obviously worse if we're being beaten. But I forgot what it feels like to celebrate a bloody goal. When was the last time we scored a goal? Was it Bournemouth away? I wasn't there. I can't remember that. I mean, we've seen Liverpool. I was there for that St James Park 2-0 defeat. Man United at Wembley 2-0 defeat. Was there for that. City 2-0 defeat. No goals again. It feels like a while since we've been at St James Park. I'm really looking forward to the game. I just want me to come out and just get things going. Start ticking a bit more, because we have played well. We are creating chances. We should have scored at least 1 goal last week. So we've got to do well at St James. We've got to get the crowd going, because obviously this is the last home game in a few weeks now, because next Friday night we're playing Nottingham Forest away, and then it's a stinky international break that absolutely nobody wants. Well, I suppose in a way it's good for us to recharge our batteries, if you like, but will Almiron go off with Paraguay? You know, sometimes it doesn't help. The Wolves themselves, check out Talking Wolves. Keg did a preview with the Wolves Lads Fan TV channel over there, so they'll be talking about Wolves in more depth. But I think Wolves have obviously looked better since Julian, the new man, just came in. The Spanish guy, the old guy, but he's doing well. That guy, I'm not going to attempt to say that guy's last name. But, you know, they've looked better. And unfortunately, Ruben Neves, who Newcastle were linked with in January, he's 1 game away from his 10th yellow card to get suspended. Wolves fans are talking about maybe he'll be rested, because Wolves have got 2 games, both against relegation rivals, I think it's Leeds and someone else. So saying their key man, their star player, might be rested. I'd be surprised at that. If he doesn't play, I'd be very surprised. He normally does well against us. I would like to sign him, to be fair. He's a very good player. But Wolves, again, they don't score an abundance of goals going forward. You know, Traore last week against Spurs, 1-0 win. Thanks for that as well, by the way, Wolves fans, because obviously that helped us in the top 4 push. But we need to just concentrate on ourselves. We need to start winning games, get back to 3 points. Another draw this weekend. God, man. It just wouldn't be good enough, really, in terms of putting the pressure on the top 4 and keeping up there. And like Eddie said today, they really want to finish strong these next 2 weeks before that international break. And he said, look, there's only 14 games to go. They're going to be gone in a blink of an eye. You know what I mean? They will go very fast, these 14 games. We're already mid-March nearly, so you need to start getting 3 points back on the board and get that winning feeling back in the dressing room, winning feeling amongst the fan base, celebrating goals in the Gallagher again and everywhere else, you know, would be lovely. So yeah, let's hope that's the case. Remember, fan cams at the end of the game on Sunday, outside Shearer's Bar. Come along and have a chat if you fancy that one. And we talked so much about the international break. Newcastle are going to go on another break during that international break for the players that aren't away with their national side. So Eddie Howe has revealed this morning that they will be revisiting the Middle East at the end of this month. Now, a year ago, nearly, last March 2022, they did go to Dubai. And this year, this March, they're going back to Dubai. Not Saudi Arabia. Dubai's still in the Middle East, obviously. So they're going back there. They're going over there. A warm weather training camp for the boys, because Eddie Howe says, you know, it works wonders for building team spirit, new friendships, bonding. and just working hard. You know what I mean? They're still going to be working hard, training a lot over there, building up the fitness, change of environment, get out the snow, the 30-degree heat. I mean, if anyone wants to take me to Dubai, that would be absolutely lovely. Obviously, used to live out there, would love to go back. Money, you know what I mean? So, if I could jump on the plane, Eddie, you know what I mean? It'd be great. But the lads, there's spaces, isn't there? You got Pope who's away on international duty and stuff. I would love it. So I'm not surprised that the players wouldn't love it. Why not? You know what I mean? They get a week's break in the sunshine, good atmosphere, good vibes. They'll be staying in 5-star facilities. So why not? And again, trying to grow our image out there in the Middle East. Eddie Howe said that, you know, at the minute there's no matches, and he's not sure there will be any matches confirmed to play out there in Dubai. He says it's more just a training camp. So, you know, last year we played a game. Obviously, Saudi Arabia will play games. He's on about this time just training. So, fair enough. That's nice for them. I'm for it. You know what I mean? Why not mix things up? Go out there and not lift spirits and come back. I just hope that we'll go into that break, obviously, on a good run. I hope we can go there, you know, with 6 points. Really, it should be 6 points these next 2 games before the international break, because Forest away on a Friday night won't be easy, man. City ground, rocking, they're all right. But Wolves, let's just focus on Wolves first. 3 points on Sunday. Please, 3 points on Sunday, man. It's got to be. It's got to be. For me, my score prediction, I'm going to back the 3 points. I'm going to back the win. Obviously, you've got to score goals to get those 3 points, or an own goal, whatever. 2-0 Newcastle. I'm going for 2-0 Newcastle on this one. So I'll be absolutely buzzing if that's the case. To celebrate that winning feeling again would be lovely. Alright, cheers for watching everyone. Make sure you drop your score predictions in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to the MattyTMC TV, and enjoy yourself.